Hey guys, Gary here. Thanks for checking in. It's late, but you're still getting it. 5 worst things from SHOT Show 2024. There's usually not as big a call for this one because it's shit you don't want anyway. All right, so let's start it off with number 5. The Alien Gear Tourniquet Drop Leg Holster Strap thing. It probably has a name. I'm not going to look it up. As you can see, we saw the guy demoing it, and it is a drop leg holster, and the leg strap has like a ratcheting thing to turn it into a tourniquet, so that if you're shot in your right leg, you have a tourniquet already in place on your body. Or you could do a subload on your left leg, because it is 2002, and have one on the for each leg. I'm not going to bitch about the drop leg holster. Alien Gear has never made a good holster. We already know that. No secret. But I'm also not going to poke fun at them for having a tourniquet built into it, because like they were trying to do maybe the right thing there. And when they were demoing it, they even said it wasn't considered to be used as a primary tourniquet. It was something you already had in place that you could lock down before you get a real tourniquet to put on. Here's where we're going to make it the worst thing from SHOT Show. It's 2024. Motherfuckers don't use leg straps on their drop legs Han Solo style.
Now this does not replace your traditional cat tourniquet.
Coming in at number 4 on the list, from Dead Air. Everything. Just all of it. Some companies I don't give a shit about because they bring nothing to the training community. Certainly Dead Air falls into that. But they also don't really bring anything to the firearms community in general, not just the training portion of it. They make a bunch of hot garbage, and chemo is 2 thumbs down, and their customer service, like, we don't have enough fucking thumbs for thumbs down. Coming in at number 3, top 3 in the podium position. Ooh, this is not a good place to be, let me tell you. Is Holosun with their thermal everything. They introduced the thermal rifle sights last year, and they made the, hey man, this could be really cool list. And this year they're on the I don't fucking care list, because there was no evolution in that year, just meh. And then there's the fucking monstrosity of the pistol thing. I don't know who asked for that. Oh, that'd be nobody. And who thought it was a good idea. Yeah, that dude should be fired. It's fucking gymongulous and completely irrelevant to stuff. Now, I know you're saying, well, what about the flashlight? They got some flashlights, you know, that light things up. But yeah, well, it turns out you have to have batteries for in those flashlights, and for a company that only makes battery-powered products, you think they would have a supply of batteries handy. But that was their answer, was, well, we don't have any more batteries. Moving on to number 2. Number 2. It's very fitting. You know, when like a little child says they got to go number 2, it means they got to go ATF. And that's who makes number 2 on my list. The fucking BATFE, BATFE. They're not really a 3-letter agency. They're a 5-letter agency. And their vaginas get sand in it when you bring that up. Anyhow, it is a giant ring of pedophiles, like you can see here. Look at all the pedophiles in the video, those that support pedophilia and whatnot. I'm actually a full believer that these people who live out in communities should be blacklisted from those communities. Like, their wives should not be allowed to shop at the grocery store, and their children should not be allowed to go to school in communities of American citizens. They are enemies of the people, and I fucking hope every one of them gets pancreatic cancer. In fact, I hope their fucking parents get cancer, because you brought this fucking thing into the world, and that should be your punishment. So I know you guys like to beat your wives and you like to molest your children. I hope that your family unit turns on you as well. All right, coming in at number 1, kind of ties into number 2 a little bit. Ultimate Training Munitions. I know, you're like, how can they be worse than the ATF? Well, it turns out they are an arm of the ATF. They are a branch of the ATF doing the ATF's work for them. They recently said, hey, we're not allowed to sell to American citizens anymore unless they have credentials that they're employed by the government, which they're not really. They're like second-class citizens at that point. So for everybody else, fuck you. We're not fighting it. Well, it turns out, not only did they not fight it, with a simple FOIA request, you can find out that they sent repeated requests to the ATF to ask to have their products classified. And then the ATF acquiesced, classified their products, and said, oh, they're not going to be legal for import since you insist on repeatedly asking us to evaluate your product unless there's a sporting use. So just submit something telling us if there is or isn't a sporting use, and if there is, what it is, and then we'll, go from there. And then UTM said, well, we're not sending anything. Like, they didn't even send something saying there isn't a sporting use. They just said, we got everything we wanted, can't import it. And I'm like, at first I thought, man, the ATF, like, why'd they reach out to hit up UTM? And it turns out they didn't. UTM licked the boots, probably deep-throated the fucking whole boot, and said, can you please ban our product from import, just please, because now that we got this military contract, we don't care about citizens of this country anymore. We're not even from this country. We're English. And why aren't we treating them like redcoats of yesteryear? But we're not, and here they are, like, why isn't there like a Barry Amendment compliant company making something, like here and stuff? I don't know. But, they got a military contract, even though they're not an American company or anything. But hey, whatever, I don't make the fucking rules. They do. Be great to see if they couldn't sell to the U.S. government, man. That'd tickle me pink and watch them go out of business, and hope they all fucking starve in the bread lines over there in fucking England. England, me. We're the English. We only drink tea and we're pussies. Bleh. So anyhow, fuck those guys at number 1 for begging the ATF to fucking tread on them. My guess is that once they found somebody that also supports pedophile rings so heavily, I mean, isn't the British Crown heavily involved in pedophilia? I guess, when the royal family was way into being Nazis, like, they're over that, and now they're into little kids. But whatever, so fuck the English, and we can move them into the top of the list of shit from Shit Show 2024. I guess I could have went over to the Surefire booth, but turns out the Surefire booth don't have no fucking batteries either, because they had a new light that fits on the ops core powered rail thing, and they had no power for that either, so they couldn't show it off. And they actually make batteries and couldn't have battery power. Okay.